Hi, my name is Yolanda Williams, owner of Unique Vegan Sweets. I'm also a mental health professional and own my own practice. I recently opened a practice to be able to educate the public more and to talk about this holistic perspective, that I have and how, believe it or not, it ties in with my vegan bakery, which is titled again Unique Vegan Sweets, and how they marry. And some people may say, how in the world can you tie in, a bakery, with holistic thinking or mental health? And the reason being is that I believe that, and not just what I believe, and just based on studies, based on the studying that I've done, studies show, that the mind is it's super important. And believe it or not, our mind and our guts connect. And so there's been so much talk now about mind and gut connection. Well, the same chemicals like serotonin that's found in the brain is also found in our gut. So sometimes we may wonder, like, sometimes if I, when we get like super full, or um, or we've eaten something that maybe doesn't sit well with us, it sort of connects. It doesn't just not feel good within your tummy, but it often feels doesn't feel good with your mind as it oftentimes as well. So what we have when it comes to mental health is the mind being the center of everything. So, for example, one can work out all day, push weights, and become super buffed. However, if that person's mind is not healthy, his or her body may be useful. So, in other words, we can function perhaps if our body is isn't healthy, because there's people who are disabled in some way but still utilize their mind. But if one's mind is not healthy, it is tough to function as a whole. The mind is the center of pretty much of everything. If we don't have our mind and our minds are not healthy, um, it's tough to have that holistic healthiness that I'm talking about. Um, so our minds and body connects. If you hurt yourself and you become injured, then you may start to feel depressed if you can't do the things that you used to do. If your mind um, if you're not healthy mentally and you're feeling depressed, well, then guess what? You may feel more sluggish. You may want to isolate. You may want to sort of be off to yourself, to the point where it may even get as bad as one starting to have thoughts that are not healthy. So there's so many things that connect, and one may not even want to get out of bed. So if our mind is not healthy, our body isn't healthy. And so um, it goes together. Sometimes when people talk about mental health, it almost seems that they talk as if their brains are sitting over, on a table, and their body is sitting in a different area, but it's all connected. It's all connected. So, holistic health means being mindful of our mental, our emotional well being, our physical, as well as our spiritual. And also, spirituality. When I refer to spirituality, spirituality can be your faith, what you believe in that sense, but it's also personalized to what spirituality means to the individual. So for me, I love nature. I love nature. So nature for me shows me like the God's work in its fullest. So just the beauty of looking up, and right now I'm outside looking up and being able to see the sky is so awesome. it's so awesome, and it's beyond my imagination. I just recently had a conversation with someone in regards to astrology, and so that's not my specialty, but I tell you what, it's so interesting, the science aspect of our world, and oftentimes it's just right in front of us. For me, just that beauty. Sometimes I believe that we somehow look past some of the things that are in front of us that can bring about some gratefulness and peace. And being holistic is being able to tap into these things, um, being able to tap into these things, even when there's so much craziness going on around us in our lives, in the world. What can we say to ourselves? Um, what can we say to ourselves to become, to create this inner motivation, to the point where we're still able to function, we're still able to have some joy in the midst of the storms that go on in our lives. And one thing that I found, especially about creating a business and trying to get to the point where, I'm literally away from my 12 to 12. I work healthcare again. I worked healthcare, is to be able to have a healthy mind, which enhances my energy, which causes me, which can impact my intellect, focus, and thought process to be able to work as hard as I can on getting my business out here to be able to help people. Not just me, not just help me, but also to help others. To me, that's part of my spirituality as well, is putting good things into my body from a business perspective, in terms of vegan products or vegan foods, to care about what others are putting into their bodies, and being able to not allow money. Yes, it's wonderful. You can't do a whole lot without it. For me, I seek joy in helping others in what I do. That's part of my spirituality and my purpose. And because I love to help others, and it's not just a cliche with me, it's not just a cliche with me. I truly enjoy it. It's part of my purpose, is to be able to make a difference. It's huge for me. So being able to do that, success will come. If I eat, sleep, drink what I love, get up in the morning, eat, sleep, drink what I love, I'm telling you, my endurance level will be higher, my motivational level will be higher, my love for myself will be higher. I will be able to not only carry out uh, some of the dreams that I have that are flourishing and coming to life, but I'll be able to sustain. And I think that's a lot of times, we start off in this get it, but then the fatigue or the stressors, there, a lot of things around us began to circle in, and it's tough to kind of come out of this hole. But it's like when you love what you do, when for me, because I love what I do, I my it takes a lot to wear me out. It takes a lot to wear me out. So, how does this tie in with my vegan business? It ties in because of the care that I have for others, those who suffer from diabetes, those who suffer from gut issues, people who suffer from mental health issues, um, can tie in the connection to mind, body, being more mindful of what we're taking in our body, like substances, and what are some of the foreign things that are going into our bodies that can negatively impact our health. What do our social settings look like? Are we around someone who is super negative all the time? Is that starting to drain, me as an individual because of the folks I'm around? Trying to be more mindful of what we put in determines what we give out. And so, part of my veganism, or my vegan bakery, is to make sure that all that love that I have inside for life, my holistic, my spiritual well-being, which incorporates my purpose, which is serving and helping others, goes into the people who support who will support my vegan business. And I've done some marketing. I said it before, gotten some really good responses, because when you taste it, you're going to know that love, this holistic aspect of being, my whole being is going into what I'm preparing. And that makes a difference. And also, I would also like to say that my purpose, my veganism, the bakery, the products that bakery goods that I put out there, whatever I put out, my practice, providing care to others, I want to even take that further in the future, and I hope you all can tune in later. Perhaps I'll make another video talking about some of the outreach work that I would like to do and bring that holistic view to communities that have been forgotten, and not so much sit behind four walls, as I think that we've gotten comfortable with doing, especially since COVID, and going out and being able to reach, especially youth, in settings that are considered more high risk, and get awareness out, dealing with mental health, a holistic being who you surround yourself from, deal with issues like incarceration, to try to help our youth avoid some of these things. Talk to youth more about getting into law and politics, where they can begin to shape some of the laws that are passed that may be more detrimental to certain populations or cultures. Just being able to get out here and find a holistic way of approaching families, youth, especially targeting youth in forgotten communities. And if you would like to know more about that, I'm trying to even actually form partnerships to be able to get out here and do this type of work. Give me a call at 214-869-5955. Once again, the number is 214-869-5955. And this is Yolanda, again, from Unique Vegan Sweets. I've enjoyed speaking today, and I'm getting used to this a little more, because if I don't speak out in a way, like through this resource that I'm using now, if I don't speak out, in social, in this way, how will many be touched by the gifts or the blessings that I have inside to help others, and even form healthy partnerships that can make a difference in the world. And take care, and I hope to see you soon.